The royal family engages in countless public appearances and events, each requiring them to greet numerous well-wishers with a firm and graceful handshake. This seemingly simple act holds great significance and follows a set of royal etiquette rules, which members of the royal family are trained in extensively. A royal handshake is a precise art. It involves 2 to 3 pumps, with palms open and thumbs down. Kate Middleton, who has been part of the royal family for over a decade, has perfected this technique as she prepares for her future role as queen. Her recent trip to France for the Rugby World Cup showcased her impeccable handshake skills when she met with the England team and enthusiastically greeted many players. During her visit to the locker room, Kate stood out not only for her pristine white suit amidst the grass-stained rugby players, but also for her firm and commanding handshake, a bone-crusher handshake. But this handshake exuded strength and respect, leaving one of the rugby players visibly impressed and somewhat overwhelmed. There's a fantastic picture of Kate in the dressing room, where she's shaking the hands of the rugby players. If you zoom in on that, you can see it's a real bone-crusher handshake, which is in a positive sense. It's not a weak handshake. She's got a really good grip. She also placed her left hand on the top of his arm, which is her way of saying she is genuinely happy to meet him. The rugby player appeared a little bit overwhelmed. The surprising aspect is that the tradition of shaking hands with the royal family is relatively new, having been adopted only in the 1970s. In a documentary titled Queen of the World, Princess Anne revealed her initial skepticism about this change. She thought it was absurd to start shaking hands when her mother, the late Queen Elizabeth, introduced the tradition. Princess Anne even admitted that she still adheres to the old practice of not shaking hands, while others have embraced this gesture. Explaining the historical reason behind this approach, Princess Anne said, "The theory was that you couldn't shake hands with everybody, so don't start." She added that while she adheres to this practice, she has noticed that others do not. It's not for me to say that it's wrong, but I think the initial concept was that it was patently absurd to start shaking hands. And it seems to be that it's become a shaking hands exercise rather than a walkabout, if you see what I mean. The rest of the royal family has since embraced handshaking, though they maintain a short and sweet approach, due to the sheer number of people they meet. To manage these greetings, Queen Elizabeth devised a clever strategy. Actress Kate Winslet, who received an honor from the late monarch, shared her experience on The Graham Norton Show. Winslet explained that Queen Elizabeth subtly guided her through the process, indicating when the interaction was over, and it was time to step back. The royal family's transition to handshaking as a greeting tradition, while met with initial skepticism, has now become an integral part of their public engagements, with each member showcasing their own unique style and grace, including Kate Middleton's exceptional bone-crusher handshake.